Joining us in the studio today is musician Dan Davidson. Welcome, Dan. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thanks for having me, Stacey. It's good to be talking to you again.
Well, we just did the documentary with you. Thanks again for letting us invade your home and your life and talk to pretty much all your friends and family with that one. And in that documentary, towards the end, you actually mentioned CCMA Award nomination. Tell me about that. That's coming up here right away.
Yeah, that was a blast. It was really cool to do that documentary. That was a lot of fun to watch. So good for my ego. I'm actually headed out to the CCMAs tomorrow. I'm up for the SiriusXM Rising Star Award, which is really exciting. It's a pretty intense bunch of musicians to be involved with. You know, there's Aaron Goodvin, who's had an incredible year, the Reclaws, Leaving Thomas, Hunter Brothers. It's a pretty tight category. And I think it looks really great for me to be involved, you know, in the same conversation as a lot of these up and comers. But yeah, the whole weekend is a blast. It's cool to be on the show, to play the show, to do whatever, just to be a part of the whole weekend. There's a lot of elbow rubbing and staying up late that goes on at these kinds of things.
Tough life for a musician, I'm sure.
Yeah, I always go, I'm at work right now.
Right. Now, you got a couple of things on the go, Dan. You have a video coming out a little bit later, a few months likely. You shot this on you kind of had almost a semi-world tour over the summer, and some of the shots are from there, is that correct?
Yeah, you know, it's pretty weird be traveling the world. I kind of thought my international travels were done when the rock and roll thing kind of wrapped up, but I played country music in 3 different continents this summer. I was in China, played a lot in Canada, obviously, and I was in Hungary, France, and Italy as well. So that was a crazy trip. Like we had a lot of fans that I didn't know I had over there that I got to chat with and meet. And while we were there playing shows, we brought along my camera crew and we started filming this wacky idea for a song I have on the new record coming out. And the song's called These Are My People. And it's the angle is sort of me trying to be this country music pioneer in places that you wouldn't necessarily find country music. And it's coming together really great. You know, it's something that I think we're going to finish up and put out this winter. I'm going to put out another single before that one comes out. The new single is going to be called Cinderella, and that's going to be dropping right before we hit the road with Brett Kissel this fall.
All right, and I guess that's obviously you've talked about your plans, but how exciting is it to be hooking up with Brett again?
So awesome. I mean, the last tour we did with Brett was unbelievable. I think we played for probably like 50,000 people or something in total. I mean, we're playing markets that, you know, so a lot of tours go across Canada and they'll hit, you know, Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg, those kind of towns. But with Brett, we've been playing a lot of smaller towns that don't necessarily always get really exciting shows coming through. So, you know, every show is crammed and the people are so pumped to be at these high energy country music shows. So I'm really excited because we did about 40 shows with Brett in the winter last year, mostly focused on sort of the western part of the country. But this time we're starting out in the East Coast for 2 weeks straight. And yeah, I'm excited. I don't think I've ever toured with the country stuff on the East Coast. So I can't wait to get out there. You know, they love the fiddle music. So that's kind of my jam. It's going to be good.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dan, for taking the time to talk to us today. And for more information, dandavidsonmusic.com, or on Instagram, it's Dan Davidson.